I'm so glad you said yes, because we're getting him up anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Vic. How's it going? Please grab a seat. Microphone's just there.
Hello, unicorn. How's everybody doing? It's a great day in Manchester, am I right? You know what else it is? It's morphin' time!
Right, I'll go get another Power Ranger. Here we go.
I'm the Puce Ranger. I've made up my own ranger.
Nice. So what's going to be your animal or dragon's or anything?
Shark. Is there a shark?
No.
Is there a shark ranger? Damn it.
What about unicorn? That'd be pretty awesome.
What? I've got it. I'm going to be a platypus ranger. Have you guys ever seen a platypus? The craziest looking animal ever. I love it.
Would it just attack everyone by hitting its beak off people as it's jumping along?
You guys, I'm so happy to be back here. I love the UK in general. And Manchester, I think I was here 4 years ago. So it's been too long. But I've been so excited to get back, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for coming and saying hello.
Oh, honestly, we've had people all day coming up saying, when is it, when is it, when is it? It was like, soon. I promise you, soon. He's going to be here. We're going to have him. And now you're finally
And thank you for being here, because I know it got switched around a little bit at the
Yeah.
last minute. And I was afraid that it would be like me and him and the unicorn, and that would be it. But I'm so glad you guys were able to follow the switch.
Oh, I'm a bit disappointed. I thought it was just going to be me
You
and
look
you.
awesome. I watched that movie on the plane over. You look great.
How long did that take to do? Not that long. You're naturally that way. See a doctor. That's not good.
Yes.
Not good at all.
It's not.
Right, well, because it's the first time I've ever got to meet you, I like to play a game with my guests.
Oh, no. He wants to play a game.
Who's been here all day? Isn't it a
She
good game?
seems to know what this game is.
It's a good
and
game.
I don't have a good feeling about it. She's sitting in the front row going, not a good sign, CJ.
Well, you know.
Well, you know.
It's a nice game. I
All
promise
right.
you.
Give me your best game.
It is called Getting to Know You. Very
I hate
original.
this game. No, it's fine. It's fine. Getting to know you.
Getting to know all about you. Everybody! Getting to
You
know.
like you. Getting to hope you like me. Did I just make that up? Or that's not how it goes? Thank you!
This is a good
You're
crowd.
awesome. This could be from Ruby, or it could be from the host club. I would give it to you, commoner. So getting to know me, what would you like to know, CJ?
Well, what we do is we like to do either-or questions. So we'll give you two options, and you have to choose one.
Okay. Have you guys ever played this game? I may come out there and include you in the game, so get ready.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Every question he asks, be thinking what you would answer, which one you would choose, because that's going to happen, all right? Okay.
Are you ready? Right, let's start with the first one. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Who's dog fans? Who's cat fans?
Fight!
Please don't.
You know what I love? Can I tell you guys something? You know what I love? I love how cat lovers, when they want you to love their cat, they tell you that their cat acts like a dog. Did you ever notice that? Like when people are trying to win you over to liking cats, like, you would love my cat. My cat's like a dog. I'm like, then get a dog! I mean, right? It's like tofu. Like when they make stuff, they're like, tastes just like chicken. Eat chicken. Right? Why have to fake it? Sorry, that guy is a jerk. Anyway, go ahead. Question.
Oh, is that not the guy? Oh that's So, would you prefer to watch Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix. Oops.
Who likes Netflix? Who likes YouTube? Ooh,
Wow.
close.
Evenly divided. Cats and dogs, YouTube and Netflix.
Who watches cats on Netflix?
Who watches dogs on YouTube? No, see, I think cats kind of have the monopoly on YouTube, don't they?
Yeah.
I think there are too many cat videos on YouTube.
Have you seen that trick people are doing with pets where they stand at a doorway and they drop a blanket and they disappear and they... What, sorry? What the fluff?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you stand at a doorway, you hold up a sheet,
Right.
and then you drop it, but you stand to the side, and it confuses your pet. They think you disappear.
I love this. Okay, it would confuse a dog, but the cat would be like this.
Have you fed me yet?
Yeah, the cat didn't keep that.
Cats don't care. They're just
doesn't
like,
care.
feed me, meow.
That's right.
It's 3 a.m, meow. I don't know why they meow at 3 a.m. They just
The
do.
cats think you should appreciate that they let you live in their home.
They really do.
That's what cats think. Next question.
Next question. Are you an ice cream person or a yogurt person?
Ice cream. Definitely. There it is again. If you're going to do it, just do it, right? If you're going to go for the creamy, yummy, cold, sweet, just go ice cream, baby. You know?
Who wants some ice cream right now? Right.
Okay, favorite ice cream topping for like a split or a sundae? Who likes hot fudge? Okay, kind of iffy on the hot fudge. Caramel? Oh my gosh, really? Caramel's the best. Especially when it hits the ice cream and then it starts getting a little more thick and oh my gosh, it's so
I'm
good.
not a fan. I like strawberry. Who likes monkey's blood? Do you not call it that? Monkey's blood. Chocolate sauce.
Oh no, if you're going to do chocolate, you got to go hot fudge, right? Same thing as when it hits the ice cream and starts to get a little thicker, starts to solidify, it gets chewy.
I might try it out.
Good, you should do it. Next question.
Next question. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going with the tough one. What, do you want to just sit here with me? It's totally
No, I'm just working my way closer.
No.
Next question.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh my gosh, Star Trek. Okay, don't go hating. Don't
There's a
go hating.
reason
Don't
why.
go hating. You know that Billy Joel song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars. Listen, let me tell you something. I love Star Wars. Yeah, what am I going to answer to the question, Star Trek or Star Wars? But you know what, you guys? I love Star Wars too. And I don't even see, honestly, CJ, not to impugn your question, but why do you have to choose? Like it's not an either or. Like they're very different things. And you can love them both, and I'm living proof of that. You absolutely can love them both.
Definitely.
I have a lightsaber collection. I do this, and I have a lightsaber collection. So clearly, Star Wars and Star Trek can coexist. Don't let anybody tell you different. Love, love, love.
It's funny you say that because we had Cooper Andrews up earlier, and we're joking on saying Captain Kirk with a lightsaber. You can make this happen.
That could happen.
It needs to
probably
happen.
will happen. It probably did happen.
Just not
in my
on
house.
Video. Yeah.
There was just nobody there to see it.
Please come and have that as a YouTube video. You as Kirk with a lightsaber. Who would want to see that? Who thinks he needs when he gets home to take us a photo and get that on social media? That is your challenge.
Don't encourage him.
Encourage me!
Don't encourage.
So if you could have that by Friday next week.
I'll be sending somebody by the house to make sure that happens. Any other questions?
No, I want to use that as a lead in the talk about yourself.
Oh
as
my
Captain
gosh.
Kirk.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, how many of you have ever seen Star Trek Continues? Not enough. Look around the room. Nobody's, like 5 people. Okay. Excuse me a minute.
Go for it.
Okay, let me tell you guys something. You know how you have like a passion for like whatever, anime, video games, superheroes, whatever, right? My passion when I was a little boy was Star Trek, the classic Star Trek from the late 60s. So about 5 years ago, I started a web series because I wanted to make a Star Trek episode the way I remembered the classic Star Trek. Now, you don't even have to be a Star Trek fan because I want you to check it out, StarTrekContinues.com. Will you look that up when you get home? You know why? Because it won't cost you a penny. And there are 11, we have made 11 full-length episodes of Star Trek just like the original series. How many of you remember what Captain Kirk used to say at the beginning of every episode? He would say, "These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life, new civilizations, do boldly go where no man's gone before." Well, 5 years, right? Guess what? They were canceled in their 3rd year. And the next time you saw Captain Kirk or Mr. Spock or Dr. McCoy was 10 years later in Star Trek the Motion Picture. But by that time, they had all gone their separate ways. Captain Kirk wasn't even the captain of the Enterprise anymore. He was an admiral at Starfleet, and Mr. Spock had gone back to his home planet. So they all had gone their separate ways. So my question was, what the heck happened in 10 years to change where everybody was? Star Trek Continues, my series. We have almost 10 million viewers, over 24 awards won. We have rebuilt the entire soundstage from the original series of Star Trek. And what we've done is we've perfectly filled the gap between the cancellation of the original series. It picks up right where it was canceled, and our final episodes leave you right where the motion picture begins. It perfectly fills the gap and completes the 5-year mission of the Enterprise. And it's free. Lest you think I'm trying to get you to subscribe to something, it's all free. This is all born out of my childhood love of Star Trek. It was my dream to play Captain Kirk. So I want you to go home and check it out, okay? StarTrekContinues.com. 11 full-length episodes, all free to watch, and you're going to see a lot of familiar faces. You'll see guest stars from Doctor Who. Any Doctor Who fans? Come on! Woo! You're going to see guest stars from Doctor Who, Star Wars, nice. Battlestar Galactica, Buffy, Farscape, on and on the list goes, even the Incredible Hulk. And you're going to see some other fellow voice actors. Any Mythbusters fans here? Anybody know Grant Imahara from Mythbusters? He plays Sulu in my series. So check it out when you get home. And even if you don't like Star Trek, I'll bet your dad does, or your mom, or your uncle, or your school teacher, or your neighbors. Let them know about Star Trek Continues, okay? Check it out. You'll enjoy it. That's what I have to say about Star Trek.
I knew you would.
CJ's sitting back here and goes, man, that's about all the time we have, right?
Not yet to see me. Continue. I'm enjoying that.
Oh, what else? What else do you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to say...
I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
CJ, you know what? Take 5.
Okay,
Give me your mic. Take 5. Who's got a question? Yes, my dear.
Out of all your voice acting roles, which has been your favorite and which would you love to do next?
Oh, okay. Well, my favorite is probably Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Did you see this cosplayer? Stand up. Show him your awesome arm. Oh, I love it. You know what, you guys? I see my second favorite character in the back there. Tamaki. Hello. You're a beautiful poor person. You know, for the longest time, I was always afraid to answer the question, who's the favorite character you've ever played? Because, you know, I don't want to disappoint anybody, right? So if somebody walks up to me dressed as Yuki from Vampire Night and says, who's your favorite character? I look her over and I'm like, I bet she would really love it if I said Zero. So I'll say Zero. If somebody comes dressed as Ruby, I'll say Uncle Crow, my favorite character. You know, or if this guy comes up and says, who's your favorite character? He would probably think it was cool if I said, oh, Ikaku from Bleach is awesome. But something very important happened in my life a few years ago. I recorded the final line of dialogue from Brotherhood. And when I realized that I probably would never get to play that character again, and I felt so sad because I loved Ed so much, and I played that character longer, I think, than almost any other character I'd played. I had to kind of concede that I love Ed the best, the tiny pipsqueak alchemist. And so Ed's probably my favorite, but Tamaki is a very close second place. And I know what this guy wants to ask right here. He probably wants to ask about Broly and the new movie that's going to be coming out. So the question that everybody has asked me at my table has been, are you playing Broly in the new movie? Here's my answer. I sure as hell better be. I mean, there he is. Oh, dang. He's awesome. No. But you know what? I've played him, I think, even longer than Edward. I've played Broly like 15 years, and every English incarnation of Broly. 3 movies, 13 video games. So I was very excited to hear that they're making a Broly movie and that he's finally coming into canon and into the Prime universe. So I'm sure excited about it. Now, there's still some time. We haven't really started on anything yet. They just announced it. Oh, yeah. Squash. Yeah. Broly squashes him. In fact, see that? He used to be life-size. And that's what happened after Broly stomped on him. Yeah. So Broly's awesome. Yes. Question? Anybody? Yes, sir. Didn't think I would come back here. It's like, he'll never come back here.
When you were in Air, who was your favorite character in that?
Air? I love that you even mentioned that. Air. How many of you have seen an anime called Air? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, isn't it? I played this character named Yukito. He's this homeless guy who hangs out on the seawall and eats ramen. But it's really beautiful. Check it out. It's such a beautiful show. There's this young girl, this high school girl named Misuzu. Is that right? And Misuzu's kind of an outcast. Like, she doesn't have a lot of friends at school. She kind of sits by herself at lunch. You know what I mean? She's kind of the outsider. And Yukito is this homeless guy. He's kind of an outsider. And the two of them become friends. And it's a beautiful story. CJ, get on that right away. I'm going to work on the Captain Kirk lightsaber picture. And you watch Air. Okay, it's a deal. And you know, you just reminded me, Deadpool. Any Deadpool fans here? Okay, don't get scared. I just played a role in a fan film online that's exploding called Deadpool the Musical. And I'm playing Captain America because he's my fave. So check it out. So check it out online. In fact, it's the second one. Deadpool the Musical 2. Check it out. Pardon me? Yes! Yes!
What is your dream movie role?
My dream movie role? I've kind of already done it. I mean, I don't have any dream movie roles, but I've always wanted since I was 9 years old to play Captain Kirk. And I've done it. So I am extremely grateful. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a gift. Would I play Kirk in Star Trek Discovery? In a New York minute. I would pay them to let me play Kirk in the new Discovery. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yes?
What did you think about the ending to Full Metal Alchemist?
You know what? I was glad that Brotherhood had an ending. Because the first Full Metal didn't, right? I was so bummed out when the first one was over. I was like, what the heck? This is not an ending. What happened to Ed and Al and Winry? And then Conqueror of Shambhala came out, the movie. But one of the things that I loved most about Brotherhood was that it actually had an ending. And when I saw the ending, I sobbed. Oh my gosh, I cried. Because, you know, Ed finally having the moment with Winry. And when I realized what was happening, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. They actually gave it an ending. So, yes, I love it.
How are your detective skills?
What?
How are your detective
Please
skills?
tell me you're talking about Bungo Stray Dogs. Anybody know that show? Oh my gosh, are you? Oh my gosh, I love it. My first cosplay of that character I've seen. Oh, how beautiful. I'm working on a lot of new shows right now. Ruby, of course, is continuing. Oh my gosh. There's a show called Twin Star Exorcists. Working on that. Working on Digimon. And Naruto Never Ends. I think the Japanese translation for the word Naruto is forever. Like it just keeps going. But another show that I'm working on that she just asked about is a show called Bongo Stray Dogs. And I play this character named Rompo, and he's adorable. I love him. He's a twerp. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Hi, you touched on this before about Full Metal Alchemist, but there's been a couple of series that ended prematurely, such as Full Metal and Oran. Were you ever tempted to actually just read the manga to see the full ending itself?
This is a trick question. I know it. You're tricking me. You know what? No is the short answer. I have not read the manga. But I will tell you this. If you guys know anime, you know that the anime series often do not follow the manga. In fact, I would even dare go so far as to say many of the characters in anime series are different than they are in the manga, right? Would you agree with that? You know, they're just portrayed differently. They kind of flesh out different. Their personalities, their interactions are a little different. Well, for me, I'm playing the anime character. So it would be a little confusing. It might be a little bit of a conflict to read a manga and go, well, my character's like this in the manga, but he's like this in the anime. So I don't really want to confuse it. I kind of just stick with the anime series and the characters as they are. But I will tell you something. When Brotherhood came out, let me start over. When we first heard that there was going to be more Full Metal Alchemist, my first reaction was, awesome, more Full Metal. But my second reaction was, uh-oh, what if it's not good? I mean, we've all seen plenty of sequels to many things that were not anywhere near as good as the original, right? And the original Full Metal was so good that I was a little scared that the Brotherhood couldn't possibly be as good, right? But when I heard, where are you? When I heard that Brotherhood was going to follow the manga, I felt a lot better about it. You know why? Because for the years that we had been doing the original Full Metal Alchemist, fans would come up to me at conventions and they would say, I love Full Metal, I love Full Metal. Have you read the manga? And I would say, no. And they're like, oh my gosh, the manga is so great. So when I heard that Brotherhood was going to follow the manga, I was kind of relieved because I've heard from you guys for years that the manga was so, so good. So when I knew that it was going to follow that, I felt a lot better. Question?
Do you know that there's actually scientific reason that Ed has vertical issues?
There's a scientific reason that he's a pygmy?
Yeah.
Please tell me so I can use it forever.
So basically, you know when the first incident happened, so Ed's connected to Alphonse.
Yeah.
So the nutrients Ed takes in the physical world, some of it goes to Alphonse in the truth world. So that's why he's still alive, but very, very scrawny. So
that makes very good sense to me.
So the nutrients that Ed would
Are you guys buying that?
The nutrients that Ed would have used to grow to his height that he does at the end of the series is taken by Alphonse.
I love you.
Yeah, because Alphonse is.
You have made my life better. I have been trying to explain for 10 years why Ed is a shrimp, and I don't have any answer for it, except he doesn't drink milk. I'm going to start saying that, well, because Ed sacrificed a bunch of nutrients that he needed to grow in order to help Alphonse. I love this story. That's amazing. Yes, sir. CJ, is this not the best job you've ever had? He's like, hey, I'm going to go grab a coffee. Anybody want anything?
Like we all know, in anime series, lots of bad things, good things, happy things can happen. Literally, the world's your oyster. How do you approach scenes that are a little darker? So, for instance, when BROLY squishes Paragus in his little time capsule, in the little capsule in the first one, do you actually go to those places in your head in order to do the voices, or do you just...
You know what? Some characters, certainly, you go those places. Not with BROLY. In fact, you know what this reminds me of? Have you guys read, anybody that's read about the new movie that's coming out? Somebody told me that the creators of DBZ have said that they want Broly to be a little more fleshed out, that they want to develop the character a little bit more. Because, I mean, as much as I love the character, let's be honest. I mean, he just yells Kakarot and kills people and destroys planets like he's just an angry guy, right? Because a baby cried when he was little. You know, that could use a little development, I think. And I think the creators realized that as well. And they probably sat down at a table and said, if we're going to bring Broly back, we should probably flesh him out a little bit, give him a little bit more background, a little bit more development. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case with this new movie. And in answer to your question in general, I love those moments. I love the more heartbreaking, emotional, heavy moments. Even in Full Metal, those were my favorite. I mean, sure, it's fun to yell short rants, but it doesn't, you don't connect the same way. I really love those kind of moments. They're my favorites. I mean, as an actor, those are the ones you love to play. Yes. Do you have a question, baby?
Do you like Harley Quinn?
I like your Harley Quinn. Did you see her? Stand up and let everybody see your Harley Quinn. Stand up. Come here. What's your name? Oh, my gosh, Ellie. Say hi to Ellie. Oh, can I call you Ellie? That's kind of a nickname for Elisa, isn't it? No, because I will kill you. Because I'm Harley Quinn, and I will kill you if you call me Ellie. It's Elisa. Say again. Everybody say hi to Elisa. Yes, I love Harley Quinn. In fact, you know who I really love? Tara Strong, who voices Harley Quinn. So Tara and I are good buddies, so I love Harley Quinn. I cannot resist your pull. Yes.
Hello. What's your favorite line that you've ever seen from any script that you've ever been given?
Oh, sweetheart. What's my favorite line from any script ever that I've been... Let me ask you a similar question. What's your favorite breath of air you've ever taken? I mean, you know what? If I had only done one thing, or if I had met you 20 years ago when I started voice acting, I would probably have an answer to that. But the truth is, I've gotten the privilege, and I mean it, the privilege, to play so many fun characters that said so many fun things, or heartbreaking things, or creepy things, or crazy things. I could never pick one. I will tell you a funny story about the character you're cosplaying, though. A fan at a convention just like this raised their hand and asked me the following question. What's the favorite line you ever said as Edward Elric? And I thought about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can think of like 20 right now. And so I said to this person who asked me the question, what's your favorite line that Ed ever said? And this person said to me, I really liked the line where Ed said, there are so many people whose asses I have to kick, I need to make a list to keep track of them. To which I said, I said that? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I didn't even remember saying it. Because you need to remember, we get the script like right before we record. And we have the script in front of us. And if you do the line properly the first time, you move on. You don't have to memorize it. You don't have to say it 100 times. And so it's really easy to forget some of the fun lines. Tamaki said so many wonderful lines. Ed said great lines. Broly said Kakarot. I did memorize all of Broly's lines. I tell people that. I memorized everything he's ever said. Kakarot. There, I just did it. What was yours? Did you have one? Okay, I got to know what it is. What is it?
You have two perfectly good legs. Get up and use them.
See, that's a good, like, that's something you put on a tattoo on your arm, right? You have two perfectly good legs. You need to get up and use them. I love that. See, that's an inspirational thing. Now I feel bad because mine was like a dopey thing. Yes, sir.
What was your favorite part when recording as Ed?
When recording?
As Ed.
Oh, honestly, my favorite part recording Ed was the conversations between the brothers. Do you have a brother? Me neither. And that's why I loved it so much. Seriously. Seriously. Elisa, do you have a brother? Do you have a brother? It's a yes or no question. She's like, let me think about this. You do have a younger brother? Okay, see, she's lucky. She has a brother. I don't have a brother, but I always wanted one. I always wanted a younger brother. She's like, no, you don't. But Full Metal gave me the chance to have a younger brother. And the little boy that played Alphonse in the first Full Metal, Aaron, have you guys met him? Has he been here before? He was literally 12 years old when he played Al. And so when we were doing the show, we would do conventions together, and here's this cute little kid sitting beside me signing autographs. I'm signing Ed, and he's signing Al, and he's 12. And I felt like, not only from the show, but because he was so young, that I had a little brother. So my favorite moments playing Ed were the scenes where he was quietly talking to his brother. You know how Ed's kind of like cocky and kind of a smart ass, you know what I mean? And he's kind of arrogant, and he kind of, challenges authority and stuff. But when he's alone with his brother, you see a different side of him, that he's not quite so confident, right? He's not quite so sure of himself. He's kind of scared, actually, and a little worried about what's going on. I love those moments. Those are my favorite. Yes, sir. I want to try to spread it out here, so get as many as I can. Yes.
If you could play any Star Wars character, canon or not, who would you play?
Oh, well, there are pictures online of me cosplaying from Star Wars. I would, you know what, back when, oh my gosh, this is going to take me back. When Episode 1 came out. No, 2. Attack of the Clones, right? That was 2, right? I know it wasn't a great movie, but when it was about to come out, I grew a beard, and I let my hair grow and kind of threw it back, and I was totally pulling an Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would love to do Obi-Wan. That would be great. There's a new one? Do you guys like Solo? Did you like Solo? Did you see Han Solo, the Solo movie? I haven't seen it yet, and I'm getting kind of mixed questions, mixed responses to it. Yes, sweetie. Yes, what's your question? Come here. Come down here. Watch out, baby. Here, where'd she go? Here, what's your question?
Seeing as you usually play like large roles in anime, is it refreshing to play a smaller role like you did in Hitalia?
Well, did you hear the question? Is it refreshing to play small roles when you play a lot of big roles? You know what? The fun thing about small roles is they're usually more broad. Do you know what I mean by that? Broad is, how many of you guys have ever done a stage play? You've ever acted on a stage? Well, when you use the term broad, a broad character, it basically means like they have a very big personality, and they're usually secondary characters. They're usually, episodic characters or a side character. Because the main character who's in there all the time, there's a lot more development of that character. Like, for instance, if Edward Elric was completely wacky all the time, you'd get really tired of it because he's on all the time. So he has to be grounded a little bit more in reality. Does that make sense? But somebody comes along for one episode or 2 episodes, you can have a lot of fun with that character. You can make them a little crazier or a little weirder or a little funnier than you might be able to do with a main character. So yeah, I really enjoy playing episodic characters. As an actor, you always want to get cast in the lead role, right? You go into an audition and you're hoping you get to play the main guy. And I'm no different. I've done a lot of anime auditions for anime shows that I auditioned for the main character and I didn't get cast. But what I always found was whenever I ended up getting to play some secondary character, I always loved the character. How many of you know a show called Full Metal Panic? Anybody remember that show? Well, a new season is starting up right now. After 15 years, a new season of Full Metal Panic is coming. And that reminds me, the main character's name in Full Metal Panic is Sosuke Sagara. I auditioned for Sosuke, and I didn't get cast. And I was like, darn it. Didn't get cast in the main character. But I was cast as a character named Kurtz Weber. Well, what I came to find out was Kurtz Weber was cool. He was even more fun than Sosuke was. Sosuke was the main guy, so he had to be, you know what I mean? He had to be kind of stable and, you know, and throughout the whole thing. But Kurtz was just really fun-loving, and he was a lot more enjoyable to play as an actor.
Sorry, Vic, I've got some bad news.
Oh,
to
no.
do this.
I've got some bad news. Somebody gave him another microphone.
Oh, yes, I'm sneaky. Unfortunately, we're out of time.
Can I say one thing?
Of course I can.
Since we're running out of time, let me say real quick. Let me wind this up. First of all, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to be heading back over to my autograph table. Please come and say hello. Also, a lot of you guys wrote me and asked me about my music CDs. I've been writing and producing and singing and playing and producing music professionally twice as long as I've been voice acting. Don't do the math. don't try to figure out the number. But I've got music CDs at my table. I also have a live concert DVD that features something very special. It has a live action Full Metal parody where me and the other voice actors cosplay as our characters. I have those at the table, and I just want to thank you guys. I want you to know how much your support and enthusiasm means to me personally. When I started voice acting, I never imagined anything would come of it. But I am so grateful. God has been very good to me in allowing me to meet all of you and travel around and make friends with people that have enjoyed my work. So I want to take just this moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so kind to me and supporting what I've done. Thank you, guys. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't he awesome? Come on, let's hear it for Vic!
Thank you, guys. I love you. Come over and say hi.